Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. You know, today's been a rough day. I got up early today and I did a private pick, and it took a lot longer than I thought, but we found some great stuff. And I hadn't had many sales yesterday. I think I mentioned this on the last video. I had like 2 sales throughout like more than half the day, and I'm like, man, it's not gonna be a very good video. And so I did a couple of things to try to get some sales, and it worked. This isn't a send offer deal, right? I didn't do the send offer thing. I did something else, and usually it takes a little while to get sales this way, but I got a few sales really quickly, and they're older items, and I'm happy about that. And I've had an item that's selling super quickly, and I want to talk about it today. Let's go take a look. But before we talk about that first sale of the day, something I love to sell, but I don't often find them. And these I think went for like $18, $17.99, I believe is what they sold for. Tupperware ketchup and mustard. They actually will go for over that, into the 20s. But this one was missing one of the lids on it. So they're not much money, but man, I love selling them because they're super easy. Had to go inside to grab a couple. Grab one, I guess. This is from that 127 sale. That was just crazy good last year, that vintage haul. We have made, well, thousands at this point. We sold that one item for like 700 bucks. This is an old Tennessee jersey made in the USA, worn by America's top teams, and I think it's made in the USA. And it is got a number on it. Julian, I don't know who that was, but that one right there has no tag on the inside, which suggests possibly it's either a practice jersey. It is pretty plain Jane, or an actual jersey that was worn. So I figured it would sell quickly, and it did. It sold for 30 bucks, 29 bucks, plus shipping for that one right there. Probably undersold it a little bit, but I'm happy to get the sale. Paid a quarter. Sold something that I don't often find them around here. There's only one area around here. It's a little north of Lynchburg that I'll find tennis rackets that are worth anything, that are worth selling. And I don't know, I guess we don't play tennis out in the country too much. Not too many country clubs out in the country these days. And it's caught on something there. An ab lounge bungee, that's what it's caught on. And the ab lounge bungee is also caught on something. This tennis racket, I think I paid $5 for it, and it sold for $29. Pretty darn quick. And shipping those isn't as hard as people think. You either get just a flat box and get it, or you get a 1092, 1095, put them together and ship it out, kind of like you would a Guitar Hero guitar. And I almost forgot the tennis racket went to a viewer. I didn't even think to look, because that's not a typical viewer sale. Went to Brian. Loved the show, checked out your page, not expecting to see anything I would want to buy, but I have been thinking about playing tennis again, and this showed up. So good deal. Awesome. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. These softballs, well-used softballs here, because softballs are pricey. They're baseballs, and if you get good ones with good cover, especially baseballs with leather covers, you can make some money. And sometimes people sell them for $1 a piece or 50 cents. In this case, I think I paid $5 for the whole lot of them, and it sold for $31.90 plus shipping. Next one was a quick seller, and then we're going to jump into our 2 topics for the day. Next one is an item that has just been flying out of here lately, and I upped the price and still sold some more. I upped the price on these Hulk Hogan skull caps to $15.95 instead of $14.95, and they still sold 3 of them. And then one more sold just a minute ago, which I'm not shipping out today. And I'll ship them out tomorrow. These are just flying, like I said, out of here, which is really cool. But it kind of surprised me, because it makes me think I'm underpricing them. And the comp on them, well, I'll tell you in a second. Let me just get these. These are to 3 different people. A couple viewers have bought them, but they're selling to non-viewers here. 1, 2, and 3 right there. $15.95 a piece, although I think one of them went off on an offer. I think I remember looking these up, and there was some sold comps at $14.95, but not a ton. And there was only one other listing, and it was for $12.99 free shipping. But it was one of those, you know, standard photos, right? That was not something in the bag, and it was, you could, you know, they're listing it as new, but you don't see the bag. And, you know, I don't know if people don't trust that. They think somebody's counterfeiting them, but sometimes, I know this goes contrary to what some people tell you, and they may be right, but sometimes having a picture that shows that it's clearly just somebody selling stuff, as opposed to a company or as opposed to something super fancy. Now, I wouldn't suggest this for like shoes, for instance, but things like this, I think it actually gets you more sales. And that's probably going against the grain a little bit. But when I'm buying from people, if I see two choices like that, one that looks like it's somebody that's selling like 8,000 of them and they have a huge company or something, I'm going to buy from the other guy. Just, I don't know why, I just do. And I think that may be what's happening with these right there. The other thing is they may have an absolute ton of them and they have a huge quantity, so they're not all showing up in the solds. So that may be it. I think Turner's coming in. Come in, bud. It is Turner. You want to hit? All right, I got to film just a little bit more, and then we'll come out and I'll throw it to you. All right. All right, I changed my mind. I decided to go out and throw it to him right then. It's kind of the reason why I quit my job, because I could do this, because I could be with my kids. And I told myself, I'm like, you know, if Reagan ever asked me to go do something, or Turner, and I can do it, if I can spare the time, I'm going to go do it. And 90% of the time I do. And it is my absolute favorite thing in the world to be able to do that. It is really cool. I know a lot of people don't have the luxury of doing it, and they're not working and they're not with their kids every day, and I'm just fortunate. So, and I'm also fortunate for a second viewer sale today, this Camaro keychain. And it sold for $15.95. Oh, I thought it was Turner. It is definitely not Turner. Come on. Come on. And that keychain went to Wesley. Hey, Kevin, just wanted to continue to support you and your family. I do not have a Camaro, but I have seen you sell these on your videos several times. We have sold, there's 35 left. I don't know. I bet we've sold 50 of them. Wanted to grab one before they're gone, and we will display it prominently. Awesome. The Slim Flippers. Very cool. Very cool. They have a YouTube channel, I believe, right? Slim I can't even talk. Slim Flippers. Right beside our Inaman that you so graciously sent us. All the best to you and continued success, Wes and Melanie, the Slim Flippers. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it. Didn't take me near as long to find this one today as it sometimes does. This is, holy cow, Series 6 Sexy Party Stewie. That was sold for $30 plus shipping. We're going to get to that topic of how to get some quick sales sometime. Well, not quick. This is just something I do often, and it ended up getting some quick sales, which is a little rare for this tactic. I did make him pick up the balls, though. That's I'll throw you BP, but you got to pick them up. You know, sometimes when sales, it seems like the switch turns off, and people talk about glitches and all that. And you know what? You're watching the wrong channel. I don't know about glitches and all that stuff. I just keep listening and keep doing what I do. I don't spend too much time on it, man. That thing needs some tape on it. Get some of that stuff off of there. I'll do it in a minute. By the way, that Falcons hat sold for $15.95 plus shipping. By the way, if you want to check out a channel that does talk about that stuff, there's a live show on Flippin' Ain't Easy's channel, John's channel. He is really good guy, and he gives that kind of information, and sometimes he gives it pretty quickly. I just don't know what to do with it half the time. I just keep listing. So at any rate, that's something that I do, however, is do send offers at 5% or 10% or something. If there's like 50 items, you can send an offer, and occasionally I get a sale or two out of it. Just it makes me feel better, right? I was like 11 hours with 2 sales. I'm like, this isn't too good. And this time I decided to do that, and then on top of it, start another 30% off sale with the oldest 50 items in my store. And I got a few sales. I'm going to talk about them. But I'm going to talk about them in just a second, because I got to pick up one more Family Guy. This is Meg, and I saw in the picture it had a pig in it. And this one also sold for $30 plus shipping. And see the pig right there? Series 2. So I'll take it. They're still selling. They're going to keep going for a while. And that's why I left this bin out earlier, because I knew I'd get another hat. So I think I said earlier the oldest 50 items, and I misspoke. It was the oldest 200 items that I put on 30% off. So these have all been in the store for over a year, and I sold it for 30% off, and it still sold for $10.50 plus shipping. So it's a 47 hat. Have you ever seen those? They're not the highest end, but they're okay. Fenway Park Collection. Still have a little sticker there. And so $10.50 plus shipping on an item that's been in the store over a year is, you know, I'll take it. Right? I probably paid 50 cents or $1 for it, so I'm still making money. I left the door open because it's cooler outside than it is in here, and somebody snuck in. But I have to go inside and grab a shirt. And I found it. And I'm surprised this one's been in the store for as long as it has, but it is. I'll keep that door open. It has, you know, it's a size medium. So, and after 30% off, still sold for $11.90. I bought this in a huge lot of Harley stuff that was terrific and sold super fast. But this one took a little while. But I'll take it. It's still a profit. I'm probably into it for about $1.50. And one more item that sold for 30% off. And it sold, all these sold within like an hour of the sale starting, which normally that doesn't happen. At least not for me. I have more sales towards the end of this sale. I only put my sales up for a couple of days and then I'll restart them if need be. This is this Nike pair of shorts. I think they were Bubba's, I think. And they've been listed a long time. Little dry fit Nike. And instead of taking them to the Goodwill, we figured we'd list them. And they sold 30% off and still got $9.80 plus shipping. So I'll take it. We sold an Ariel plush. It's a 50-cent buy here. Had a sale not too long ago. This is a sweet little girl having a sale, and she had stuff so cheap, and she just looked like she wanted a sale so bad. And I'm like, well, I'll buy it. It's not a huge money maker, 12 bucks, but we'll make money, and she was happy. You may remember the sale on the Commonwealth Picker channel, where the boys from the Reseller Information Network were in town, and we had like a semi-private pick of a garage, if you remember that, thanks to Joey out there. And there was Tupperware there, and I was like, I'm not buying Tupperware. This is the beginning of the sale. I'm not going to buy Tupperware. I'm not going to buy Tupperware. But everything was so cheap, and we were lotting it all up, and I'm like, these will sell. And they did, and they sold pretty quickly. I lotted them up together to make it make more sense. There's another one inside of that. And then this one right here. These are a popular color. And this one. And they sold right there pretty darn quick. Can I grab that with one hand? For 25 bucks plus shipping for some Tupperware right there. So these little canisters do pretty good sometimes, but I don't often sell them, you know, mismatched colors. And I'm like, well, let's see what happens. And it'll fit in the number 7 box. So I'm happy with that. As a side note, some of the greens are pretty popular these days, and the lime green and the avocado and all that stuff. And if you had the taller, if you had like 2 of these that were in that color with these, that could be like $50. So, you know, I know Tupperware is not great, but some of it does okay. Salt and pepper shakers, especially the gold embossed ones. I don't know if they're embossed or not, but those sell pretty good. And of course, I sold the ketchup and mustard. So I've been reducing how much I sell. I try not to sell too much for less than $10 plus shipping, but still got money in that stuff. That one actually says repeat buyer, so I sell a lot of Tupperware, so some people buy it again. But Vonda, if you're a viewer, thank you. And I sold a pin for $8 plus shipping. Gotta find the right one. I never do. I mean, it's almost comical how bad I am at this. It's the last one, of course. There it is. Every time. $8 plus shipping on the ET pin. ET and drag, I call it, with the wig. It's my favorite one. It's the best seller, $8 plus shipping. We're gonna pull one more order, and then we're gonna do our American Bubble Boy bubble wrap winners. 3 of them. What am I talking about? One winner today for 700 feet of American Bubble Boy bubble wrap. By the way, thank you for using my code. There's a code now for Bubble Boy for tape. And I know some of you did that, and I haven't even really talked about it much, so I appreciate that. And we're going to do 2 more winners for the Camp Listing Party virtual event. You get a free ticket to the virtual event. And I have got to find these because I don't know where the Zumba sticks are. They got to be in one of these 2 things. I'm going to put the camera down. I do not normally buy these because they're not easy sellers. But these were, I think, free at a sale. And so I grabbed them. Either that or they were 50 cents. They were super cheap. I can't remember. I'm like, sure, I guess we'll do it. And everything was in here in great shape. You know, look at that plastic and everything. I'm like, yeah, I guess they'll sell. We're not going to make much money on them, unfortunately, but we'll make some. They sold for, this was a free shipper, so there's not much money in it. 25 free ship. So let's just say I paid $1 for it. We're looking $5 probably after fees. And I don't know, this might cost $9, $10 depending on where it's going. It's probably a $10 profit. I'll have to see where it's going first. See, there's the danger. It's going to cost me 12 bucks to ship it, so it's going to be more like a $7 profit. But I don't know. I guess it was super easy because it was all packaged up, no cleaning or anything like that. By the way, that's something to think about with that Tupperware. I wouldn't have bought this if it would have required cleaning, because it's just not a huge ROI when you're investing time as well. But we have some winners here, so let me announce these. And the bubble wrap is going to Bolt Blaze. Bolt Blaze. Always contact me. By the way, any comment below, any comment, I think we still have 8 to give away. Any comment below. Thank you to Joel. That was incredibly nice of you to do that. 8 more to go, and any comment in this video will get you entered in the next drawing. So, Bolt Blaze. I've never heard that name before, so thank you for commenting. Thank you for so many people who have taken the time out to go and comment, who usually watch on their TV or something, to give me some good words and stuff. You guys are amazing. Look at this here. You see this? These are people sending us stuff. This is a gift here. I mean, it's just insane. You guys are incredibly nice to us, and I don't even know what to say, but we're going to open 2 or 3 today. But we're going to do the winners for the camp listing party. Lexana Jordan. Just send me an email, commonwealthpicker@gmail.com, and I will have to get you a code so you can get into that event for free virtually. And Mike Camparella. Mike, my wife did this for me today. This is Mike. We've met you twice now, right, Mike? Mike's a really cool guy. I'm pretty sure that's your last name. And you can contact me as well. I think we've talked on Instagram too, so you can send me a message over there. So congrats to you. And a big thank you to the ladies over there at List Perfectly. So thank you again. Before I get Reagan in here, I had 2 questions today. I get them every once in a while about the events, and said they couldn't find it. It is on the website, commonwealthpicker.com, and you can scroll down to the very bottom and you'll see events. You see 2 the events I'm going to, just by the way. This also doesn't include the highway sales that I go to. I usually announce that over on the Garage Sale Nation Facebook group over there. And so it's basically these reseller events. I'm going end of June here, June 27th, to camp listing party in Phoenix event. I was invited to speak, so that was very gracious of them to invite me. And also to, let's see, I think FlipCon's at the very bottom. Boss Reseller Remix in October. Reseller Rally, which I'm hosting. It was incredibly kind of John, Cincinnati Picker, and Pete Crazeless Hunter to ask me to help with that. And we're doing that September 30th. Those are sold out. The other events, I don't believe, are sold out. So there you go. All right, I had to pick up Sophie because Sophie's been under the weather and people have been asking about her. And I thought we'd show you that she's doing good.
Arms are okay. It's from where they had to take blood.
So yeah,
they just didn't want any extra bleeding.
And if I put her down, then Wallen's going to nip at her ears.
Yeah.
Huh. So Reagan has, hey, you know what I got today? Well, I better not. Well, I'll say it. You know how we're run out of the Inaman?
The blue ones?
No, we're not running out of those. The green ones, yeah. That we
I was going to say, I don't think we're running out of the blue ones.
I got a call today from Renovative Home, Sarah, just super sweet, because she found them. And I went over there and bought them from her. So we have like so 4 more. So now we're back up to like 8 more left. So
yay.
Very cool. And they're not even misfits, so very cool. Reagan has a couple people to thank, and then we're going to look at a couple gifts back here. What do you got?
Greg got a blue COEP shirt, and Rose got a mug and an Enema Man.
Mug and an Enema Man. These are Enema Man. There's so many new folks to this channel. We appreciate you. That's an Enema Man. That's on commonwealthpicker.com. And then that is, well, where's the Enema Man? Can't even find the Enema Man. Up there.
And over there. How'd you forget? Right.
And over there. You got it. Thank you, Reagan.
Bye. And don't forget to get your sticker at commonwealthpicker.com.
All right, but we're not going to stop there. We're going to come over here.
Oh,
Can you protect the pup?
We take Soph's.
Yeah, you take her. This came from Uncle Bubba. You might remember, I don't know if you were here or not. He was one of the very first people in this cabin to visit us. Mm-hmm. And there you go. He's number 3 on the list. Leroy went all the way to the top, but he wasn't there back in 2020. And we did a little interview with him and Patriot Picker. And look what he sent us. I don't know what we do to deserve this stuff. This is crazy. This is a single stitch Dale he sent. So whenever we get gifts like that that are just nuts, we have been doing these charity auctions and splits and stuff. And he didn't say to do that. So we'll do like 50-50 splits on them, which reminds me of something else. Gateway Pickers did an interview in here with us. And I was supposed to auction this off for St. Jude and give all the money to St. Jude. His t-shirt, my t-shirt, and a tie and an enema, man. I totally forgot to do it. So, a viewer reminded me, and I've got to do that. I just set it over there and totally forgot about it. So, anyway, thank you to everybody. We'll open some more tomorrow. I'm going to do one really quick here, and then we'll get Reagan to say thank you to some folks, and we'll open a couple more. And then I think I have one more thing I wanted to talk about today. But thank you so much to Nick. Look at this. Knickknack88s. He apologized for his handwriting. I'm like, dude, you've never seen my handwriting. It's bad. And Turner's as bad as me. Maybe worse. So, Christmas Carol, Silence of the Lambs. That's really cool. Vegas Vacation. That's cool. I don't have that one. I have this one, and I have this one, but I don't have these two versions, and I don't have them together. And Scrooge is very cool, too. So, thank you. I have a massive collection now of sealed VHS because of you guys. And he says I can sell some, and we will. We're going to sell some off, and we're going to keep the ones we want to keep. And we are starting today with the process of the eBay cave, which I haven't talked about much, but I am hopefully, and it's going to take a while. So we haven't been filming in the eBay cave in there. We're going to try to redo it a little bit, and because I need a place to put these VHS, and I thought we'd redo the room a little bit and kind of build a couple things out and make it look kind of cool, kind of 80s-ish, 90s-ish. And have a cool little place to do videos and stuff in there. And we're going to be doing that probably throughout the whole summer. And I hope it gets done. But we'll be back in there filming before long. So thank you for everybody who's contributed to what will be a pretty cool room.